Let me start with a bold truth. The difference between the life you're living today and the life you dream of living can be found in a single number, and that number is 5. Not 5 years, not 5 chances, not 5 mistakes. I'm talking about 5 a.m. Yes, that one decision, whether you rise when the world sleeps or whether you hide under the covers, can change everything about your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your destiny. Pause, lean in. But here's the question I want you to wrestle with today. Are you really living, or are you just sleeping through your potential? Let me take you back a few years. I wasn't always this disciplined, this driven. In fact, I was the king of snooze buttons. The alarm would ring, no snooze, 5 more minutes. And another alarm, snooze. By the time I dragged myself out of bed, I was already behind, rushing through the morning, no time for breakfast, no time for clarity. My day started in chaos, and I carried that chaos everywhere. And maybe you can relate. You know that feeling when you wake up late and the entire day feels like it's slipping through your fingers, like you're always chasing time but never catching it. That was me. Until one day I stumbled across something powerful. Almost every successful person I admired, CEOs, world-class athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, they all had one thing in common. They woke up early, not 7, not 6, but 5. I thought, could it really make that much difference? So I gave it a shot. 1 week, just 7 days of 5 a.m. wake-ups. And here's what I discovered. It didn't just change my mornings. It changed who I was. It rewired my identity. It gave me control, clarity, confidence, and consistency. And I knew in that moment the 5 a.m. secret isn't about the clock. It's about who you become when you choose to rise. Here's the first secret you unlock at 5 a.m., the power of silence. When you wake up before the world, there are no distractions, no notifications, no emails, no noise, just you and your thoughts. And let me tell you something, clarity is the ultimate currency in life, because when you don't know where you're going, no amount of speed will get you there. At 5 a.m., you have a golden hour of clarity. It's a chance to journal, to meditate, to plan your day, to set your intentions before the world imposes its chaos on you. Think about it. When was the last time you had an hour just for yourself? No demands, no interruptions, no scrolling, just pure focus. That's the gift of 5 a.m. silence. And in that silence, you find your vision, you find your power. Now, let's be real. You won't always feel like waking up early, and that's exactly why it matters, because waking up at 5 a.m. isn't about motivation. It's about discipline. Motivation is temporary. It's a spark. It feels good, but it fades. Discipline is the engine. Discipline is the foundation. Every time you wake up at 5, even when you don't feel like it, you're training your brain. You're saying, I am in control. Not my comfort, not my excuses, me. Pause, firm tone. And here's the truth. If you can win the battle of the bed, you can win the battles of life. Because success isn't built in giant leaps. It's built in small, consistent victories, and that first victory, the alarm clock at 5, sets the tone for every other victory in your day. Let me show you the math. 1 hour a day doesn't sound like much, right? But 1 extra hour every morning equals 365 hours a year. That's more than 9 full 40-hour work weeks. 9 weeks of extra time. 9 weeks you can use to start that business, write that book, get in shape, learn a skill, or simply get ahead while everyone else is still asleep. Do you understand what that means? That's an unfair advantage. Most people say, I don't have time. But the truth is, time is there. You just have to wake up and claim it. So the real question is, what could you do with 365 extra hours this year? Build a body you're proud of. Build a business that gives you freedom. Build a mind that never stops growing. Because that's exactly what the 5 a.m. Club is about, claiming the time that most people throw away. But here's the biggest secret of all. Waking up at 5 isn't just about your schedule, it's about your identity. When you wake up early, you start to see yourself differently. You're no longer the person who sleeps in who delays, who procrastinates. You're the person who rises, who leads, who takes control. And identity is powerful because once you shift how you see yourself, your actions follow. You see yourself as disciplined, you act disciplined. You see yourself as a leader, you act like a leader. You see yourself as someone destined for greatness. You start making choices that align with greatness. That's the real transformation, not the clock, not the hours, the person you become when you say yes to 5 a.m. Here's the part most people never understand. Waking up at 5 isn't just about getting an early start. It's about sending a message to yourself, a message that says, I am in charge. I lead my life. I don't follow the crowd. Because think about it. At 5 a.m., while the world is still asleep, you're already building momentum. You're already stacking wins. And momentum is the hidden force of success. Success doesn't come from one big decision. It comes from small wins repeated daily. And that first win, beating the alarm clock, gives you confidence, energy, and drive for every other battle ahead. So when you wake up at 5, you're not just getting more hours, you're getting a head start on life itself. All right, let's get practical. If you're ready to test the 5 a.m. secret, here's your action plan. 1, prepare the night before. Success starts in the evening. Set out your clothes, write your plan, put your alarm across the room so you have to move to stop it. 2, create a ritual. Use the 20-20-20 formula, 20 minutes of movement, exercise, stretch, wake your body, 20 minutes of reflection, journaling, prayer, meditation, gratitude, 20 minutes of growth, read, study, learn something that expands your mind. 3, protect the hour. Don't waste it on social media or email. This is your power hour. Do this for 7 days, just 1 week, and watch how your energy, focus, and confidence skyrocket. Do it for 30 days, and you won't even recognize yourself anymore. Listen to me. One day, years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to realize that the little choices were the big choices. The choice to snooze or to rise, the choice to delay or to begin, the choice to stay comfortable or to grow. Your future self is watching, and that future self will either thank you for waking up at 5 or blame you for sleeping through your potential. The question is, which story do you want to tell? So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings at 5, don't think, don't negotiate, don't wait for motivation. Just rise. Rise for your dreams. Rise for your freedom. Rise for the life you were born to live. Because here's the ultimate truth. If you own your mornings, you own your life. This is Mr. David Miles. And if this message woke something up inside of you, then don't just listen. Act. Subscribe to this channel. Share this with someone who needs it. And remember, your future is waiting, and it begins tomorrow and at 5 a.m.